Hey Crime Corner fam. I know it's been a minute, and I apologize for the delay. Just wanted to let you all know that sometimes the research and records I need take a little longer to get to me. As you know, I'm always striving to bring the best content to this channel. I hope you continue to watch and share with your friends and family so the channel can grow and I can keep delivering quality content. With that said, today's video will be about the case of Vanessa Guillén. As always, disclaimer: this video contains sensitive content related to a tragic crime. Viewer discretion is advised. I don't want to make the intro and recap of the case too long, since the recordings we will be listening to today are pretty lengthy. I may even have to make a part 2. When I make these videos, it's always so hard not to keep adding layers to the story, as I feel it's great to give you guys the full picture and all my research. I know you guys appreciate the detailed work as well, but I don't want the video to be extremely long. Tell me what you guys think about the longer videos down below in the comments section. Vanessa, who was just 20 years old and serving in the US Army, was murdered on April 22nd, 2020, right inside an armory at Fort Hood, which is now called Fort Cavazos in Texas. Another soldier, Aaron David Robinson, bludgeoned her to death. She was missing for over 2 months before they found some of her remains dismembered and buried along the Leon River on June 30th. After Robinson found out they discovered the body, he ran from Fort Hood. When law enforcement tried to catch him near Killeen, Texas, he shot and killed himself. This case was widely reported and covered, sparking outrage across the nation, with even some celebrities coming to the aid of the family, demanding answers when Vanessa's disappearance first happened. The army base she disappeared from was not being as helpful as they should have been to the family. If you're interested in learning more about the details into Vanessa's disappearance and her family's fight against the army, the trailer I showed previously is from a Netflix documentary that really highlights the injustices within the military. I highly recommend checking it out. Unfortunately, we'll never hear Robinson's side of the story directly, so we're left to rely on Cecily Aguilar's account. Cecily Aguilar, who was dating Robinson, was arrested for helping him hide Vanessa's body by dismembering and burying it. She was initially charged with conspiracy to tamper with evidence on July 2nd, 2020, and later faced 11 more charges in July 2021. By November 2022, Aguilar admitted to being an accessory after the fact to murder and making false statements. In August 2023, she received the maximum sentence of 30 years for her involvement in covering up Vanessa's murder. We're going to listen to the interrogation of Cecily Aguilar, the sole living individual linked to the Vanessa case. Cecily initially attempts to lie to investigators, and detectives skillfully unravel her story. As the interrogation progresses, she increasingly implicates herself in the crime, even though the perpetrator, Aaron Robinson, chose to take his own life. We'll play a recording of Cecily, as she calls him, urging him to turn himself in alongside her, back when he was still alive.
8:32 p.m. Tuesday, June 30th, 2020.
So you're not under arrest, you're here or you're in a police station, I guess, what they call it.
Okay.
So I know I've talked to you a couple times, but every time I talk to you, I find out more information and I gotta ask you more questions, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I was lying, but I wasn't being 100% honest.
yeah, well, so that's what I'm here to talk to you, okay?
Yeah.
So just so you know that it's gonna be a little bit different than some of our other ones, okay? Because I asked you to be honest with me the first time. That didn't happen. Now we're doing this. And I told you prior, just turn my phones off so I don't get calls and get bugged. All the fun stuff about lying to a federal officer, and that's when they brought you that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they came and talked to you earlier.
Yeah.
So, all of that being said, you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to, okay? Do you want to talk to me right now?
Might as well.
Okay, so yes?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you not being honest with me about?
So I wasn't being honest, saying that we were home all night long. We did end up leaving, and the reason why I didn't say anything is because, excuse me, I have about 10 years of self-harm history, and I ended up going through an episode that night. And one of my coping skills is going for a drive and looking at stars, you know, doing late night driving, listening to music, that kind of thing. And I didn't want to say that and then be like, oh, well, she's got a mental illness, her, blah, 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 blah. You know, I didn't want to look at it any different. A lot of people don't look at you like you're a normal person when you say some things like that. So that's why I didn't say anything, and I asked Robinson not to say anything as well, because, I mean, honestly, that's not his place to tell. That's kind of my place to tell.
Right. Well, I'm not going to look down on you because you have mental illness. I've dealt with a lot of people close to me and away from me that have had mental illnesses, and I know it's a legitimate thing. Okay, so I mean, I'm not here to discredit that by any means, but you got to imagine this is my third time to come talk to you, and we keep having these issues.
It doesn't look very good, I know.
Right.
I am fully aware, but...
So, that being said, I mean, by any means, I told you, yeah, I have dual credentials, and so I'm a federal agent as well, technically. But I don't want to put you in jail for that, okay? You know, I explained Martha Stewart, 5 years up to you can get charged for it if you get caught lying to somebody. That's a federal agent, and you're aware of it. I'm not looking to put you in jail for that, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
However, we've done a lot of digging into you and Robinson, and I need to know everything about that night, 100% from the start.
Okay.
You willing to tell me about that?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want me to write it out, or do you want me to just tell you?
Why don't you tell me, and then we might write it out.
Okay. So, from the very beginning, I got dropped off at 7 o'clock in the morning. I opened up my store. I did my normal store thing. It ended up being a short day because my girl was actually on time. I left about 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish. I think she signed in about 12:50 something. I can go back and look at the book. I just don't write my hours because I get paid more than everybody. So, you know, after I get paid, I take my pages out. I don't need my other girls knowing that kind of thing, right? Well, got picked up about 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish, about 1 o'clock, I'm gonna say. And then we went to McDonald's, we went home.
Who picked you up?
Robson.
Okay.
He picked me up, we went to McDonald's, we went home. Him and Mari played video games, I took a nap. I woke up from my nap, Robinson was at a class for post, for his unit. He was gone maybe 35 minutes, 40 hour the most, not even. And then he came home, we watched movies, we cuddled, we slept for a couple hours, watched movies. I don't remember exactly how the conversation between me and him came up about my divorce with my husband. That's kind of what put me into my spiral. We were talking about how I was going to come up with money to pay for my divorce, and Robson offered to pay for it, and I don't want him to pay for my divorce. You know, that's my new man. He shouldn't have to pay for my divorce. But we ended up talking about it, arguing a little bit, because I want to let him pay for it, and I'm still kind of on the fence if I even want to get a divorce, honestly. So that threw me into a spiral. I started to try to self-harm. Robson seeing me, he knows that one of my coping skills is going for a drive and going out and see stars, and that, you know, going to sit by a lake, that kind of thing. So we ended up driving, I'm going to say we left about midnight, 11:30ish, and we didn't come home till about 5. We were out just driving around, listening to music, talking, occasionally stopping. The first place we went to was Belton Lake because it's where I smoked my blunt, I smoked weed. So, at that time I smoked weed, now I don't, let me clarify that. Because I'm on probation.
We don't care about those smokes.
So, I ended up, going to Belton Lake, smoked a blunt, we talked a little bit, we hashed our issue, didn't bring up, we didn't talk about divorce anymore. He was singing to me, we kept driving, we drove anywhere from Compress Cove to Nolanville, stopped on the side of the road every couple miles, maybe every other hour. We fucked a couple times. Teenagers like to have sex outside, or at least I do. Yeah. And then we did stop at a gas station. We got some gas and some food. And then we just kept driving around.
Where is this gas station?
I don't really remember because, like I said, we were driving. But I'm going to guess it was probably Belton. I'm pretty sure it was probably Belton.
And that's the story you're gonna stick with?
That's the story I'm saying, and that's the story I'm sticking with. That's the 100% honest truth.
And how long have you and Robertson been together?
I've known him for a year. We've been together since February, the end of January.
Okay.
So going on about 6 months. We've been dating.
You willing to die for him?
Sure.
You willing to go to jail for him?
No.
Okay, because that's the route we're fixing to go down. Because I know that you're lying to me again.
What am I lying about?
We found a body today, okay? Where y'all were at that night.
Did you smell that smell in the truck on the way over here?
It's all over me right now because we've been out there all day.
That was human remains, rotting human remains.
So at some point, you're gonna need to start telling me the truth. We were out there, we recovered the body where y'all were at. I had a talk with you earlier and I asked you about the phone calls that y'all made. And you told me, oh, I lost my phone, and now you're telling me we drove around. Y'all were out there together in the same location, and y'all had 2 phone calls between the 2 of y'all for about a minute while y'all were out there. So now, let's try this again. Tell me what happened.
Robinson held me at gunpoint and forced me to help him. I haven't said anything because I know he's stuck on post, but that doesn't mean he can't get off post.
So let's start that day over from the start.
He picked me up from work. He said that something happened. I said, okay, tell me about it. He goes, I'd rather just show you. I'm like, oh, okay. We went home, we did watch movies, we did have sex, we did eat McDonald's. Later on that night, on that drive, took me out there, showed me her, and I was like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? I went to go call, smacked my phone out of my hand, and told me to start helping. Otherwise, I was going to be with her.
So where were y'all at this time?
Wherever he drove to.
Okay, and what did you see when you said you saw her? Was she in a vehicle? Was she...
She was in a tote with a hole in her head.
What kind of tote?
A gray, black,
Big one? Small one?
big enough to fit a body.
Okay. And so, you're going to sit here and tell me the whole reason is because you've been afraid of him and we've had y'all separated this whole time
I know.
since. And at no point did you ever want to come run and tell me, oh my God, he killed this girl, we dumped her out in the middle of nowhere?
Because I did not want to get caught up in this at all, and I'm already in it, and I didn't want to receive any backlash. I didn't want to get in trouble for this. So I just try to act like it didn't happen, like it didn't exist, and that's not gonna fucking happen.
Well, it did exist.
I know. I have nightmares about it, like I don't... I've cried so much, I can barely cry now about it, but it's like...
Tell us why.
Why?
Why? What did Robinson say? Tell us what happened.
He just said that something happened, and he didn't really explain it to me. I've noticed being with him, he kind of goes in like these modes where it's not him. Does that make sense?
So you think he's bipolar, or?
I don't know if it's bipolar, I don't know if it's from PTSD from deployment, I don't know what it is, but I can tell you that some days Robinson's not Robinson, it's not my boyfriend. But the times where he is my boyfriend, he's a good guy, and I wouldn't believe he did anything. I mean, I kind of fucking see with my own two eyes. I'm sitting here trying to fucking...
So when you went out there that night, you said she was in a tote. Okay, where at?
Just on the side of, not on the side of the road, but in woods.
In some woods? Was she intact?
Yeah, just besides the hole in her head.
Okay. You know how she got this hole in her head?
He said he hit her with a hammer.
Okay. And the person we're talking about, who is that?
The missing soldier.
Guillén? Vanessa Guillén? Okay. So this whole time, well, we've tried to give you outs, tell you here's money, here's things that we can do, and this family needs their daughter just the same as your family would want to know where you're at.
Yeah.
You're sitting on this information and you could have told us. Okay, so now at this point, what we're looking at is now you're an accessory to murder, okay? Because now we have a person that has been killed and you were there and knew about it.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, and so now my biggest scare from here on out is what else am I going to find out? What is your true level of involvement? If you've already lied about this, are you lying about you just saw it and that was it?
No, like I said, he made me help him.
Okay. What gun did he hold you at gunpoint with?
The black 9 that you seen at the house.
Okay. All right. So he said he hit her with a hammer in the head, and he takes you out there. She's in a tote. Then what?
I kind of just watched. Pulled her out of the tote. Put some gasoline on her. Cut her up.
Cut her up? Prior to he put gas and then cut her up?
No, he cut her up and then lit her body on fire.
Okay. When y'all drove out there, where did you park the car?
On the side of the road.
On the side of the road? Which car was this?
It's,
His car. Okay. Which is which?
Impala.
The red Impala.
The silver Impala.
Silver, that's right. Silver Impala. Okay, so he picked you up from work. At what time?
About 12:30, 1 o'clock.
12:30, 1 o'clock. And then y'all went to McDonald's, went back to the house, played video games and fucked. And he told you previously that he did something was bad, and he was
He
just
didn't
gonna
say
show you.
anything was bad, he just said he did something. And I was thinking maybe he did something around the house for me, you know, because maybe this just needed to be done, you know, and sometimes he does things around the house for me. And he said he'd rather just show me, and then we go back to the house, and my house was clean, so I thought maybe that's what it was, you know.
Is this the house that we went to and searched? The apartment? Okay. So was she ever in that house?
Not that I know of, no.
Not that you know. Okay. Because he picked you up straight from him leaving work?
Yeah. Or, I don't know, I wasn't with him, I was at work.
Okay.
So I don't know if he went to the house or if he came straight from work and picked me up. But there was nothing in the back seat when he picked me up from work.
Nothing in the back seat. That tote, would it be big enough to fit in the trunk? Okay. Because we found the tote and we found the body. Okay. So all stuff we got to figure out. Who all was there? How it all happened?
I don't know if it was in the back seat or if it was in the trunk. But when I got in the car, it wasn't in the car that I seen. So.
Okay. So y'all parked on the side of the road. Y'all never went up into the bushes, nothing like that?
No, he parked on the side of the road and we walked into the bushes.
Okay, how'd he get the damage to his car?
What? What damage?
He reported at some point that he had damage to his car. I haven't looked at it, so I didn't know.
So I was driving a couple days after and I crashed the car.
Okay.
Nobody was wearing a seatbelt, so that's how he got the crack in his windshield, and I fucked his whole entire front end of the car up.
Okay. It didn't happen from that?
No, I crashed the car.
Okay, where was that at?
That was out in a dirt road on Compress Cove.
Okay. Did you file a police report or anything?
No, I mean the car still drove home, so
Okay. So, everything's normal. He's just as chill as can be. At some point, he takes you on a drive. What time was that?
about 11:30 midnight.
11:30 midnight. And so this whole time from noon until 11:30,
He was perfectly fine. He was perfectly fine. I didn't suspect anything of this kind of nature. And honestly, I didn't believe he would be capable of this kind of shit. But
did he know her prior?
not that I know of. No, he said he never knew her. It's just,
He didn't give you any reason at all.
he just had a tick.
A tick. So you think she said something that set him off?
I wasn't there.
I mean, has he ever beat you before?
No.
Have you ever seen him go off?
I mean, he gets angry, but he's never raised a hand at me. So, like, I didn't, I've seen aggression. You can look in somebody's eyes and see, when they're angry, that type of thing. But, like, I didn't.
What did he use to cut up the body?
Knife,
What kind of knife?
big knife,
Like a army-looking knife? Like
Not-
a combat-looking knife?
a
What?
machete.
Okay, where's that at now? Okay.
Have you seen it since then?
No.
Did he put it back in his car?
Yeah, I think so. And then I don't know what he did with it after he dropped me off back at the house.
How long were y'all out there?
We didn't get home till about 4,
Okay.
3, 4.
So all night from 11:30 something to as soon as y'all got out there, he was whacking, stacking, burning, and then what?
And then we got back, and then he drove back to the house, dropped me off, and went and took care of all the other shit that he had that night. All the shit left over that he used.
And what was it?
A gas can, a couple knives, axe, and the clothes that we wore.
Clothes that both of y'all wore? And how much involvement did you have with helping dismember the body?
I mean, I helped her get out of the tow.
Okay.
I'm not fucking innocent,
Okay.
but I didn't do it willingly.
Did you wield a knife at any point?
No,
Did you cut on her?
no.
What clothes was she wearing?
The clothes that were in her description,
Which is what?
fitness pants and, black shirt.
Black shirt?
What
Yeah.
color were the fitness pants?
I want to say purple, maybe blue. I don't know, it was dark, guys.
Do you remember how her hair was?
In a bun.
In a bun? Okay. Using bobby pins?
I don't know about bobby pins.
Because we found those out there, so that's why I'm asking.
It
So,
might have been.
where all was her body parts?
What do you mean?
We found them in multiple locations. And I've already spent multiple days out there. And if you could help me find those a lot quicker, that sure would be helpful.
I don't want to go to prison.
Would you be willing to show us?
I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to prison.
Well,
Let's have a legitimate talk about that, okay? So, here's the deal. Were y'all the only two people out there? Okay.
Yeah.
So if y'all are the only two people out there, the only thing that I have to go on is what you're telling me and what he's telling me. And so far, both of y'all have lied after teeth because you're scared. Okay? And I get that. Okay? So one of the things I got to worry about is this another one of your tales about the forcing you to do all this stuff, and then you're wanting to have a baby and love him to death after it's all over, and telling me what a great man
Because all of my baby stuff that was in my house was with my ex-husband.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying here is
I said I don't really want to be divorced.
the only thing that I have to prove that he forced you was you telling me that. Okay. So now the only thing, at some point, both of y'all are going to have to answer before a judge, okay? And what I'm going to have to tell that judge is this is what she did or didn't do to help me in my cause to try and bring this family some closure, okay? And so part of that is going to be finding every single part of her body.
I helped mix this then.
The cement, okay? Where did this cement come from?
I bought it off of somebody on Facebook.
Bought it off of Facebook, okay? What kind of cement was it?
I don't know.
Okay, where'd y'all do this buy at?
We met the people at Walmart.
At Walmart?
Was it on Facebook Messenger?
I mean, it was on the marketplace, so I popped up in your messenger, yeah.
Okay, was it the same day?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So let me get this straight.
The first day, you set her on fire, you got most of the stuff burnt. And then you dig holes, and you put her body in it, and you say, okay, we're gonna wait a couple days. Then we went back out there, and that's when you cut the body up. You took it all from the bones, burned as much of the body as you could, and then buried the bones, and put cement over them.
Why?
That way they couldn't be found.
So every place that we find cement, we're gonna find bones, is what you're telling me?
I think there's only maybe 3 or 4 spots.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
Where would those be at?
Well, honestly, just be easier to show you, because it was dark and I wasn't paying for it.
Okay. This tote, it was already out there in the woods when you got there? So you'd already been out there once?
I think so.
Okay.
That's when he came to pick me up.
You said it was a big tote. Did it have wheels? Did it have a handle?
Yeah.
Have latches? I mean, how did everything stay out there after it got burned?
It was one of the military tools.
Yeah.
So whatever they look like, that's what it was. I just didn't want any of this to get back on me, and I kind of fucked up.
How did you fuck up?
Because I should have fucking said something the day it happened.
Or the day that I came and talked to you the first time? Or the day that I came and talked to you the second time?
The day that we came out there today and tried to give you an out. The police don't keep coming out and talking to you because they don't think you did it. So here's your chance, alright? You need to come clean. That way we don't have to continue to talk to you and all that stuff, okay? What did he say happened? Because I know you've talked about it with him since. But there's been an enormous amount of time. It's been like 7, 8 weeks, something like that. And so I know you guys have talked about it. You had to. Otherwise it'd be super awkward in the house with you guys. So tell me what happened.
He said that she came into work, and I was a picture on his phone screen.
Huh?
And I guess because, I'm still technically married, so he could get in a lot of trouble for being with me. She seen me on his phone screen knows that I'm still married, so it kind of figured he'd just take it. That's the way, that's the best way that I think, that's what I think.
So he acted like he killed you, or killed her to protect himself and you?
Yeah.
How does she even know who you are?
She didn't, because I didn't even know who she was. I don't even know half these guys here at the unit.
So is he using drugs?
Not that I know of.
I mean, I talked to a lot
Not
of
that I
people.
know of. I mean, he don't even smoke weed.
But let me tell you this, a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people, I used to work narcotics, and when I interview people, typically people give you a yes or no answer. And typically when they're indirect, like not that I know of,
He's not.
it's usually because they know something, okay?
He's not
And so
using
have you ever
drugs.
seen him
He
use
just
anything?
abused pills.
What kind of pills?
Not even good pills. The anamistopine, it's a lower dose of a painkiller.
Hydrocodone?
No. It starts with an A.
Alprazolam.
Yeah.
And
What did the pills look like?
white, oval.
Okay. And they had markings on them? Were they in like a prescription bottle?
Yeah.
Were they prescribed to you?
Yes.
By whom?
By the clinic.
Was everything in that one location?
Yes. Besides for driving around and all the other
Did y'all dispose any body parts while y'all were driving?
body parts, but things that he used,
Like what?
like the knives and those kind of things. He drove to other places and dropped them in people's garbage cans.
Any garbage cans? Okay. Didn't throw any out in the field or anything that a month later that we could try and recover?
Not that I-
Because these are the things that are going to make the difference between you spending 40 years or 30 years or 20 years in prison. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean,
So either way, I'm gonna go to prison. Is that what you're
I'm
trying
just
to tell
saying,
me?
I'm just saying that that's where, so a large thing is if we want to go down the road of federal system versus state system, as of right now, federal system has certain guidelines on how they do things, and everything's based on a point system. The more you help us, the more they help you, okay? So it's a large part of, we need to know anything and everything that we can to help this case out. And you need to think of anything and everything that you can to save yourself right now, to negate that. Does that make sense? So part of that is we need to find every item, every single bone, every text message between the two of y'all talking about this, every phone conversation, every picture, anything you can think of, we need to know about it and we need to have it. Because if we find it later and you didn't give it to us and we know that you knew about it, it's going to make all that stuff start stacking back up instead of stacking down. Does that make sense?
I blocked a lot of stuff out. I blocked a lot of stuff out.
What do you mean?
Like I fell asleep on the way there, so I don't really know where it's at. But I was half asleep when in the beginning of it, and then the other part of it, I was fucking shocked by the half things. Like I wasn't really comprehending. You know what I mean? Like
Who was out there with the sister?
me and Aaron,
It was just you two.
just me and Aaron.
Both times?
Yo,
What about the third time?
the third time?
Was there a third time?
Nope, it was only
Just
twice.
So what was the first night?
The first night was getting her out of the boat,
What was the-
separating her limbs, and setting her on fire, digging a hole, a couple of holes, and putting everything into the holes to hold off until we could come back.
Okay. And then what day did y'all go back?
A couple days later, not a couple days later.
Okay. Held a gun at your head this time?
at that point, he was kind of like, I mean, you're already part of it, so you might as well help me. Otherwise, we're both gonna go down for it.
And your thoughts were,
Fuck. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. How did this happen? Why did I leave my husband?
So when y'all went to get the cement you bought from people on Facebook, right? What car did y'all take?
His. I don't have a car.
Okay, and where'd y'all meet them at?
Walmart.
which one?
In the parking lot of Walmart.
Clean?
No,
Temple?
it was either Billund or Temple. It was out further that way.
Okay.
Why, do you know why that location that y'all went to?
It was further away than
Just to get as far away from the plane as possible?
Why didn't y'all go to Home Depot or Lowe's or?
Because every time that we went out, it was too late, and didn't want any,
Paper trail.
Yep.
So was that your idea on the concrete as far as how to get it, or was that his?
And that was my idea, how to
That's
get
your
it.
idea.
Yeah, it's on my Facebook.
How much did you pay for the sacks?
$10.
$10 for how many?
One.
For one? I would never pay $10 for one thing of sackcrete.
How
I don't even think it was actual concrete. I think it was this, I mean, like, I couldn't carry it.
What were you saying? You didn't think it was concrete?
I don't think it was concrete. I think it was like the sand concrete. Or you had to mix it. And all we did was put water in it.
What color was the back?
I want to say brown. No, white. Yeah, white.
It was white.
Yeah.
So what was the post on Facebook? What was it saying? It was saying concrete?
Yeah. Because all I did was just type in concrete for sale on the marketplace.
Do you remember the name of the person that you got it from?
No. I never spoke to him a day in my life before that.
So since this happened, have you gone anywhere and deleted anything?
Besides on like my Google Maps.
You deleted all that?
I tried to.
Okay.
I'm not the one that's tech savvy.
What about your social media?
I might have deleted the messages with the concrete. I don't really remember.
What about Aaron? What would he do to
I
hide the fact of what happened?
did that. He made me do it on my Facebook. So it wouldn't show up on his.
Okay.
I'm gonna scroll this way. See if any of these are common, like mixes. See if any of these make sense or look like a bag that you might have purchased.
That one looks like it.
This right here?
That looks like it, but I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean, these are pretty common,
But that's just the label. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the label was. I just know that the bag was white.
There's a big white bag.
Yep.
Okay. Because I think what you bought was mortar mix, not concrete mix.
Sounds about right.
So where'd y'all get the water from? Did y'all bring in buckets, bottles, what?
Sethco gas station.
What gas station? Which Sethco?
One around.
What?
One on the way, one around it. Drove out past.
Past the river?
Maybe by Lake Belton?
Yeah. I don't really know my way around Texas, so
So if I were to show you a Google Maps image, would you be able to recognize it?
I mean all the Sethcos look the same.
Okay.
But yeah, and it was late, It was like 2 in the morning.
Okay.
When y'all went back out the second time?
When we stopped to get more gas in the water, it was later.
What did you mix it up?
Garbage. Bit.
Garbage bin, like a standard size, a big one, or?
No, just one of the little white ones that you buy from Walmart.
Okay. Where did that thing go?
Trash.
Y'all threw it in the trash somewhere? On your way back that night?
No, I'm actually pretty sure that it got picked up at my house.
That it got picked up at your house?
The trash in my house.
Okay. So was that y'all's trash bin, or was that something you picked
That
up?
was just something we picked up.
Something y'all picked up for that job? Did y'all get that at a Walmart too, or get that at a Sofco, or what?
Oh, yeah, Walmart.
By a Walmart? Okay. And this was that same day that y'all went out there? Okay. So the day that y'all went out there the second time?
That was the second time.
Okay, yeah. So the second time, you met up at the Walmart, got the Sacree or Mason mix from some individual that you met there, and then immediately you
No,
walk into
so
Walmart?
we bought the stuff from Walmart here in Killeen.
Okay,
And then we went to a different Walmart to meet up with that guy.
okay. So y'all bought the materials to go out there minus the Sacree at the Walmart here in Killeen, then went to the other Walmart, picked up the rest of it, and then went out there.
Yeah. He basically told me that if we got caught with this, that I was going to be able to go down for it. So that's why I didn't say it.
Why do you think he would say that to you?
Because I knew about it, and I didn't stop it.
Have you ever seen her prior to that day? So the first time you ever saw her was when?
And she was dead, laying in the tote.
Okay.
Did Aaron ever say what her name was?
Not that day. About a month after I finally asked, I said, "Is this the girl?" He said, "Yeah." Right.
Where did that happen at?
At my house.
So when we talk to Aaron, is he gonna tell us anything different than what you told us?
I hope not.
Me too. Me too. Do you think he'll talk to us?
Aaron said that if he gets caught, he's just gonna off himself. So, chances of getting him to talk, probably not.
Does he have a gun right now, or?
No, the gun is at my house, I believe. He did come on, he's been coming over. He has not been staying on post. He has my car keys.
He has your car keys right now? The typical badge? Okay.
He came and see me at work after you guys left. Like, just because he's here on post doesn't mean that he doesn't have contact with me.
Did he stay with you last night?
Yeah.
So where's his hammer?
I'm gonna set it up for just a second.
Threw it in the trash, yeah. One of the locations.
Cecily, let me talk to you, right?
I know I've had more than enough chances to come clean about it, but
Here's what I'm gonna tell you, okay? Look at me. Okay? We all make mistakes. All of us. Every single last one of us, okay? But we have to know what happened to that girl. Her family deserves to know. Okay, so if there's something that you're leaving out, Is there something that you're not telling us? Because I know you've been thinking at night, every night, thinking about this, correct?
I helped.
I understand that you helped. But I know you've been thinking at night what you want to tell us.
I was right over Matt Robinson.
Okay?
My whole life got fucking.
And I'm not saying I don't believe you about the whole, her seeing your picture on his phone. I just don't understand why that would set him off.
I don't either.
And you haven't asked him or anything? You haven't?
I asked him what else happened,
Yeah.
and he says nothing. He says that he just had a thought, he did it.
Then what do you say? What do you say happened? Did he hit her once?
He hit her once, and she went like this, and he just hit her a couple more times till she fell.
On the head? So did she actually come in the armory?
It all happened in the armory.
So she actually came in. She never left the armory.
She left. Yeah, she left.
Yeah, I understand that. So did he take her out? When did he take her out?
He didn't give me time. He just put her in a tote, carried out to his car, took her out to the woods, came pick me up from work. Like everything fucking was fine.
So when he came and picked you up from work, potentially she was in the car.
No, he already drove her out to the spot. She wasn't in the car. I asked him why my seat was pushed up so far. He said because he had to take something for work.
And he didn't tell you anything.
Like I helped him take the meat off her bones. Like he didn't do the shit alone.
You helped him take the meat off the bones? After she was burned?
After she was burned the first time.
Okay. What do you remember about that?
The fucking smell.
What did it smell like?
Hell.
It smelled like hell.
It smelled like a dead body. It smelled like a burning dead body. I thought maybe that was just me. Because I've been smelling it every fucking day since.
So when y'all went back out there, on the second time y'all went out there, Cecily, y'all had already put her in bones, right? Am I tracking on that? So did y'all dig her back up?
The holes were deep enough.
Okay.
They were just temporary.
Okay. And then what happened? How'd y'all dig her back up? Did y'all use shovels? Did y'all use your hands? What?
Just grabbed her back up. Like I said, they weren't deep. All we did was just put enough to put the body in and put a layer of dirt over it.
Okay. Is that when you pulled her flesh from the bones?
Yeah.
Why do that?
I just try to get her right over all the evidence.
What do you mean, like the bones?
Try to burn as much of her meat that you can, and then you break the bones up, and you put them in a hole with cement. They'll be all fine for a couple years.
Why do you, who came up with that idea? I've got to know. I mean, did somebody like Google search it or what? Who did?
We did.
On what?
We've been watching CSI too, so that didn't really help any.
Did y'all see it on CSI?
Yeah, which you should have fucking told you, right? It's a fucking TV show.
CSI what?
The movie, the series.
Like Miami, New
Like
York?
the Criminal Minds? Criminal Minds.
It's Criminal Minds?
Yeah.
Okay, when did y'all see that? Was it before or after?
We watched, Criminal Minds is my show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up watching it with my mom.
Right.
And he'd lay there and watch it with me a couple times, you know. So I mean, like all the episodes have stuff not exactly like that, but like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, he kind of just put.
But y'all got the idea from the show. I got you. Okay.
I don't know.
Did y'all wait for the concrete to dry when y'all were out there?
Put a layer in the hole, put a bolt in the hole, filled it up, threw dirt over it.
Okay.
I don't like to hurt people. I hurt myself, so I don't hurt people. It's just he comes to my house every night.
And he sleeps there at night? So is he like friends with one of these duties or something that he's supposed to be checking in with?
I don't do checks.
They don't do the checks? Okay. So, has he been at your house every day?
But not every day.
Was he there last night?
He was there last night,
The night before that?
the night before that. But then there was like a whole week where he wasn't at the house, but we would be on FaceTime. Like I can't be on. You see how often he called my phone? I can't be off my phone.
Is he in your phone as the king?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't be off the phone with him. Otherwise he blows my phone up.
And what's his Facebook profile? What's the name under?
Aaron Robinson.
Okay, and yours is under?
Cecily Aguilar.
Okay. And that's what y'all been communicating through? Is there any other means that y'all been communicating with, like WhatsApp or anything?
Not WhatsApp, just 2 new phones.
2 what?
2 new phones. The phone that I got, because the ID took my other one. And then he got a new phone. He's got new phones from other people in the unit. They just kind of gave him their phones to use.
Yeah.
He's made a couple different Facebooks. I have another Facebook, Cecily Brown. I've been using that one since the ID had my phone.
Mm-hmm. So after we talked to Robinson, I guess it was like last week, we brought him in, let him try to do a polygraph, and he denied. You remember that? So there was a bullet hole in his door.
That was from him cleaning his gun. I didn't have it with her.
Okay.
That actually happened, because I said I miss my husband. I married a fucking tool. He might have been a piece of shit sometimes, but he wouldn't ever do this kind of thing.
Alright, so you said he did it while he was cleaning his gun, but then you said that he didn't.
He wasn't really, he'll tell you it was because he was cleaning his gun, but he said that he was gonna shoot himself. And I don't know if I walked in at the right time, or if he thought about something else, but he shot the door instead of himself.
Were you there?
That happened at my old house.
Were you there though?
Yeah.
Were you in the car?
No. I was in the house, he was in my garage.
Did y'all have a fight that day?
I told him I didn't want to be with him.
And when was that?
Beginning of March, right before I got my apartment. No, after I got my apartment, I was gonna help me move in.
So before all this happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
before all this happened.
Okay. So when Robinson got brought in for the polygraph and the whole, he denied, what did he tell you after that?
They ask you to do a polygraph, say no, stick to the story.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep smelling that smell. I don't know if it's me, it's you, or it's stuck in my nose.
brother. I sprayed with disinfectant, but
It'll stay with you.
no.
I still smell it.
So, where did he claim he killed her at?
In the armory.
In the armory. Okay. Like, he
She
came down.
never left.
She never left.
She never left.
Okay, so he hit her in the armory, and then what?
He wasn't in here when I was asking.
Sorry.
So tell him just like you told me.
So I was on his lock screen, and the whole, being with a married woman in the army is a big no-go, right? Well, She seen me. He thought he'd take care of it. And,
This is what he's telling. He's telling you all this.
yes. And I asked him what else happened. He said nothing happened. He just hit her in the head. Or the toe.
Okay, so he hit her in the head, and then did he say he hauled her out then, or he came back, or what?
He put her in the tow. Drove her out there to the spot. Came back, picked me up. I asked him why my seat was pushed so close to the dash. He said I had to carry something for work. He didn't even tell me. I'm like, okay, so I moved my seat back. Get back to the house and everything's handy dandy, everything's fine. And then later on that night,
So you think that he did it, put her in tow, hauled her out that morning, and then turned around, drove her out there, dropped her off, came back, got you, got McDonald's, games, screw, 11 o'clock, go back out there.
Yep.
Or he left at 6 o'clock, came here, went back, picked you up, and 11:30 y'all went out there.
Yep.
Okay. So, one of the things that I was thinking that we can do to try and help you on this deal is, are you willing to make a phone call to him? I know it's tough. I know it's tough. But like I said, these are the things.
What am I gonna say?
Hey, I'm having a bad day. I'm
Hey, I
upset
told
about
him.
this stuff. And
I told him everything.
no, you don't say anything about us. What I'm saying is, you call and say, hey, I'm having a bad day. I'm thinking about this stuff. And I just wanted to run it by you. And ask him, like, how did we get here? Why did we do this? Stuff like that. That's the type of were you were going to go meet him, right? When you got pulled over?
No, I was going to go get my car.
Okay, but were you supposed to meet him at some point today?
I was supposed to meet him later tonight.
Okay, how is he gonna get your car if he has keys? What, you get 2 sets of keys?
No, I was supposed to go up to his room and get my keys because they're in his drawer with my house keys.
Okay, so you were supposed to, so he's waiting on you to come over.
No, he got caught getting off post. So he's sitting in some room
Okay.
waiting for his sergeant or whatever.
Okay, so he has another phone now, I assume? Okay, so if he has another phone, and you have a phone, and he's sitting there waiting with whoever, essentially you could call him and say something to the effect of, hey, I couldn't get over there, or hey, I'm having trouble with this, or whatever, you know, because here's the deal, to try and help yourself out, one of the best things is going to be to help us gain that evidence of him talking about it. Does it make sense? I know you feel like you're betraying him, but right now this is about you and your future.
We did talk about ever getting caught.
And
I told him, I said, I'm not gonna, look, if they come back with all this shit, dude, I'm not taking the rap for you. I'm gonna tell him that you basically forced me.
and
He's like, I wouldn't expect you to do anything less.
okay.
He's like, make me sound like this horrible guy. And I'm like, that's really hard. Because besides for this, it's not. But this shit, it's really conflicting.
Well, if he could turn around and kill some girl that he barely knows because of supposedly she saw a married
He
woman
had
on
a
his phone.
thought and he did it. Then
He could have a thought and do the same thing about you.
I thought about that.
Could have been you out there that I was digging up today, sweating my ass off, getting ate up by mosquitoes, and now I can't get the smell of dead body out of my nose. Could have just as easily been you.
I can't get it out of my mind. I can't get it out of my nose. I smell it everywhere I go.
And so is this somebody you have conflictions about calling and
No, it's...
You gonna be able to keep your composure to do it?
I'm gonna do it.
Well, that's why I'm saying if you called him up and said, hey, I'm not able to make it out there today. I'm really upset. I'm having a hard time with this. Give him space. Let him talk. Make sense? Say those things that you just told me. I keep smelling her. I keep seeing her in my head.
God's got us. That's his way. That's...
But I'll also have to forewarn you, if at any point you warn him or do anything that's gonna hurt this thing, it's gonna hurt you. You know what I mean?
Can I be like, I can't do this anymore? I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think you can do that? So all we're trying to do is just get him to talk about it any way, form, or fashion. Okay?
Okay.
Even if you've already asked him why before, right?
He said, yeah. He doesn't say anything.
Have you talked to him about the marshals coming to see you today?
Yes.
Okay.
He was on the phone.
He was on the phone?
Like I said, I can't be off the phone with him. I get off the phone and he's blowing me up. He's calling my work phone. He shows up. Like I have to stay on the phone with him 24/7.
Okay.
This is the phone. How do you turn the sucker on?
Yeah, that little button. And it takes a sweet fucking time. That's him calling already.
Is this him?
Yep.
6'5", 19. Put it on speaker.
It's Illinois. This is, Hey, honey. Hey. I wasn't able to get a ride to get my car. Still sitting at the store. Yeah, still sitting at the store trying to get a ride to go get my keys.
What you plan on doing?
I'm not quite sure. But I've been thinking, you know how the marshals came and see me today?
Yeah.
I can't do it, honey. I can't do this anymore.
So what you plan on doing, bro?
I don't know. Why?
What's up?
Why?
I told him no.
Why'd you even do it? Like, what actually happened that night, honey?
Do you FaceTime me?
No.
Why not?
Because I just can't.
Why not?
Because I don't want to do this anymore, Aaron.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Like, I'm sitting here
Can you
trying
FaceTime me,
to...
please?
Huh?
bad.
I'm sitting here trying to piece this shit together. And none of it's making sense to me. Like, how the fuck did it even happen?
Can you FaceTime me first?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because my phone's about to die, and you know, FaceTiming makes my phone die quicker.
I do not believe that.
You know, it does make my phone die quicker.
No. I'll get to the house and put on charger.
Yeah, I'm going to. So what are we gonna do if we get caught?
I don't know.
Because you know I'm just gonna tell him the truth, Aaron. I can't keep doing this.
Okay.
Can you just tell me why? Like, Aaron, I'm already in this with you. Can you just be honest with me?
I was.
Oh, I don't remember. Like I don't know, honey. I don't know.
Alright, well. I'm gonna try to call you back. Wait about that quick.
Alright.
Alright, try to keep phone on.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Who knows?
So, there you have it. According to the records and Cecily's testimony, Robinson committed such a heinous act over a picture. They didn't want to face any repercussions or be penalized. I honestly will never wrap my head around these stories of perpetrators committing acts worse than the ones they're trying to cover up. It will never make sense to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. In closing, this video was made with the utmost respect for Vanessa Guillén and her family. Her tragic death is a profound loss, and my heart goes out to everyone who knew and loved her. It's important to remember Vanessa's story and honor her memory by seeking justice and supporting those affected by similar tragedies. Let's continue to raise awareness and make a difference. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, it truly helps the channel. Take care of yourselves, until next time.